Dear students, welcome to third semester engineering mathematics, that is applied engineering mathematics. Today I want to start the topic integration, indefinite integration. Already we studied about differentiation and applications of differentiation in the last semester, that is in the second semester. In this third semester, I am going to start integration, that is the indefinite integration. Integration is the reverse process of differentiation. Let us take a function f of x. We know that the derivative of f of x can be represented as d by dx of f of x is equal, let us say, small f of x. Now, the integration can be represented as like this. Integral f of x dx is equal to capital F of x plus c. So, we know that integration is the reverse process of differentiation. If we integrate the resultant function in the differentiation, that is small f of x, then we will get the original function, that is capital F of x. Integral f of x dx is equal to capital F of x plus c. Here this symbol, elongated s symbol is used for integration, that is called as integral, and the function which is to be integrated is called as integrand, and here the constant c is called as the integral constant. So totally integral f of x dx is equal to capital F of x plus c. Let us learn some standard formula in integration. Number 1. The derivative of constant d by dx of any constant is 0. If we integrate this function, we will get its original function. That is the reverse process of differentiation is the integration. Integral 0 dx is equal to c, constant. Now see the second formula. D by dx of x to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1 is equal to x to the power of n. If we differentiate this function, we are getting x to the power of n. This resultant function is x to the power of n. If we integrate this resultant function, we get its original function, that is x to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1. So that is integral x to the power of n dx is equal to x to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. C is the integral constant. For each and every integral, we should put the integral constant c, where n is not equal to minus 1. So this formula is not applicable for when n is equal to minus 1. Now come to the third formula, that is d by dx of x is equal to 1. Derivative of x is equal to 1. That is integral 1 dx is equal to x plus c. Now the fourth formula, derivative of log x, mod x. Mod x means always we should take the positive argument. That is log x is equal to 1 by x. Integral 1 by x dx is equal to log x plus c. Fifth one, d by dx of e power x. E to the power of x is equal to e to the power of x. That is integral e to the power of x dx is equal to e to the power of x plus c. Now the derivative of a power x is equal to a power x into log a. Log a is the constant. If we write it in the left hand side, that becomes a power x by log a. So the derivative of a power x by log a is equal to a power x. If we integrate this function a power x, integral a power x dx is equal to a power x by log a plus c. Now the seventh formula, the derivative of sin x, d by dx of sin x is equal to cos x. So integral cos x dx is equal to sin x plus c. Eighth one, d by dx of cos x is equal to minus sin x. Then d by dx of cos x is equal to minus sin x. If we integrate this function sin x, integral sin x dx is equal to minus cos x plus c. Ninth formula, d by dx of tan x is equal to secant square x. That is, integral secant square x dx is equal to tan x plus c. 10th one, d by dx of cot x is equal to minus cosecant square x. So, integral cosecant square x dx is equal to minus cot x plus c. Next, come to the 11th formula. Derivative of secant x, d by dx of secant x is equal to secant x into tan x. So, integral secant x tan x dx is equal to secant x plus c. D by dx of cosecant x is equal to minus cosecant x into cot x. So, integral cosecant x into cot x dx is equal to minus cosecant x plus c. Now the inverse trigonometric functions, derivatives of inverse trigonometric functions. D by dx of sine inverse x is equal to 1 by root of 1 minus x squared. If we integrate this function, integral 1 by root of 1 minus x squared dx is equal to sine inverse x plus c, or in terms of cos inverse x also we can write, that is minus cos inverse x plus c, because d by dx of cos inverse x is equal to minus 1 by root of 1 minus x square. That's why we are getting minus here, minus cos inverse x plus c. And 14th formula, the derivative of tan inverse x is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square. So integral 1 by 1 plus x square dx is equal to tan inverse x plus c. That is, in terms of cot inverse x, we can write it as minus cot inverse x plus c. We can use this formula also. Tan inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus cot inverse x. 15th formula, d by dx of secant inverse x is equal to 1 by x into root of x square minus 1. So if we integrate 1 by x into root of x square minus 1 dx is equal to secant inverse x plus c, or minus cosecant inverse x plus c. Now the hyperbolic functions. D by dx of sin hx. We know that d by dx of sin hx is cos hx. So by integrating cos hx, integral cos hx dx is equal to sin hx. D by dx of cos hx is equal to sin hx. So integral sin hx dx is equal to cos hx plus c. Next, 18th formula, d by dx of tan hx is equal to secant h square x. So integral secant h square x dx is equal to tan hx plus c. Next, d by dx of cot hx is equal to minus cosecant h square x. If we integrate cosecant h square x dx is equal to minus cot hx plus c. D by dx of secant hx is equal to secant hx into tan hx. Integral secant hx into tan hx dx is equal to minus secant hx plus c. Next formula, d by dx of cosecant hx is equal to minus cosecant hx into cot hx. Integral cosecant hx into cot hx dx is equal to minus cosecant hx plus c. Next formula, inverse hyperbolic functions, that is d by dx of sine h inverse x is equal to 1 by root of x square plus 1. So integral 1 by x square plus root of x square plus 1 dx is equal to sine h inverse x plus c. Next formula, d by dx of cos h inverse x is equal to 1 by root of x square minus 1. Integral 1 by root of x square minus 1 dx is equal to cos h inverse x plus c. Next, we will see the properties. Two properties are there for integration. First one is integral f of x plus or minus g of x dx, means integral of sum or difference of many functions can be integrated by separating those functions, and they can be integrated separately. That is integral f of x plus or minus g of x dx. Here two functions are there, f of x and g of x, plus or minus. So we can separate them as like this. Integral f of x dx plus or minus integral g of x dx. They can be integrated separately. Now the second formula is integral k into f of x dx, where k is any constant. We can write the constant outside of the integral, that is k into integral of f of x dx. Then the function can be integrated. So these are the two main properties in evaluating integrals. Now we will learn some problems, basic problems by using these formulae in integration, simple problems. First problem, number 1. Evaluate integral 3x square plus 2x plus 5 dx. So to integrate this function, in this integrand we have three terms, 3x square, 2x and 5. So we can separate these three terms by writing integral and dx individually. So that is integral 3x square dx plus integral 2x dx plus integral 5 dx. So that can be written as 3 into integral x square dx plus 2 into integral x dx plus integral 5 dx. Once you recollect the formula, in standard formula we have integral x to the power of n dx is equal to x to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1. So by using that formula we can integrate the above function integral x square dx, that is x to the power of 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1. Then we get x cube by 3. So that is 3 into x cube by 3 plus 2 into integral x dx. Thus by using the same formula, integral x to the power of n dx, we will get x to the power of 2 by 2 plus integral 5 dx is 5x. By the simplification, we will get x cube plus x square plus 5x plus c. Finally, we should add the integral constant for each integral. Okay. So this is the solution for the problem. Now come to the next problem. Evaluate integral 2e power x plus 3 sin x plus 4 secant square x dx. So separate the terms. 2 into integral e power x dx plus 3 sin x can be written as 3 into integral sin x dx plus 4 secant square x can be written as 4 into integral secant square x dx. So we know that what is integral e power x dx and what is integral sin x dx and what is integral secant square x dx. 2 into integral e power x dx is e power x plus 3 into integral sin x dx is minus cos x plus 4 into integral secant square x dx is tan x. So the answer is 2 e power x minus 3 cos x plus 4 tan x plus c. Now next problem. Evaluate integral x to the power of 7 minus 3 by x plus sin x dx. So separate the terms at first, that is integral x to the power of 7 dx minus 3 by x can be written as 3 into integral 1 by x dx plus integral sin x dx. By using the same formula, integral x to the power of n dx, we can write integral x to the power of 7 dx as x to the power of 7 plus 1 by 7 plus 1. That becomes x to the power of 8 by 8 minus 3 into integral 1 by x dx is log x plus integral sin x dx is a minus cos x plus c. So this is the solution for the problem. If we learn the formula, standard formula in integration, easily we can solve the problems. Without the formula, we cannot solve the problems. So we have to learn the formula at first. Now the next problem. Evaluate integral x to the power of 5 plus 5 to the power of x plus 5x dx. So see the magic terms here. So separate the terms here. First term is x to the power of 5. The second term is 5 to the power of x. And the third term is 5x. So first term is in the form of x to the power of n. And the second term is in the form of a to the power of x. And third term is in the form of ax. So that can be written as integral x to the power of 5 dx plus integral 5 to the power of x dx plus 5 into integral x dx. So we know that integral x to the power of 5 dx is x to the power of 6 by 6 plus integral 5 to the power of x dx, that is integral a to the power of x form, which is equal to a to the power of x by log a. Here a means 5. So that is 5 to the power of x by log 5 plus 5 into integral x dx is x square by 2 plus c. So this is the solution. Now the next problem, fifth one. Evaluate integral 4x to the power of 7 plus 3x cube minus 5x square divided by x to the power of 4 dx. See here, the given integrand is in the form of a fraction. In the denominator we have x to the power of 4. In the numerator we have some function. So separate the terms by dividing each term by x to the power of 4. That is integral 4x to the power of 7 by x to the power of 4 dx plus integral 3x cube by x to the power of 4 dx minus integral 5x square by x to the power of 4 dx. By simplifying, we'll get 4 into integral x cube dx plus 3 into integral 1 by x dx minus 5 into integral 1 by x square dx. This 1 by x square can be written as x to the power of minus 2 dx. Now by integrating the above functions, we'll get 4 into integral x cube dx is x to the power of 4 by 4 plus 3 into integral 1 by x dx is log x minus 5 into x to the power of minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1. By simplifying this, we'll get x to the power of 4 plus 3 log x plus 5 into x to the power of minus 1. That is x to the power of 4 plus 3 log x plus 5 by x plus the integral constant c. Next, come to the sixth problem. Evaluate integral x plus 1 by x whole cube dx. See the integrand that is in the form of a plus b whole cube. If the integrand in the form of a plus b whole square or a plus b whole cube or some product of two or more three functions, at first we have to multiply the integrand factors or expand the form a plus b whole square form or a plus b whole cube form. So in this integrand we have a plus b whole cube form, x plus 1 by x whole cube. We know that a plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. So that is integral x plus 1 by x whole cube dx can be written as integral x cube plus 1 by x cube plus 3x plus 3 by x dx. Now by separating the each term, integral x cube dx plus integral 1 by x cube dx, that can be written as integral x to the power of minus 3 dx plus 3 into integral x dx plus 3 into integral 1 by x dx. That is x to the power of 4 by 4 plus minus 1 by 2 x square plus 3 into x square by 2 plus 3 log x plus c. So this is the solution for the given problem. Next problem. Evaluate integral tan x plus cot x whole square dx. So this is also in the form of a plus b whole square. We can expand it in the form of a square plus b square plus 2ab. That is integral tan square x plus cot square x plus 2 tan x into cot x dx. That is equal to integral tan square x plus cot square x plus 2, because tan x into cot x is equal to 1. So we'll get 2 only here, 2 dx. So integral tan square x means we don't have the direct formula for tan square x. So we can write tan square x as secant square x minus 1. In the trigonometry we have the formula as 1 plus tan square x is equal to secant square x. So tan square x can be written in terms of secant square x. That is tan square x is equal to secant square x minus 1. Similarly, cot square x can be written as cosecant square x minus 1 plus 2 dx. So by simplifying that, we will get integral secant square x plus cosecant square x dx. Here minus 1 minus 2 plus 2 get cancelled. We will get integral secant square x plus cosecant square x dx. Now by separating these two terms as integral secant square x dx plus integral cosecant square x dx. So we have integral secant square x dx is tan x plus integral cosecant square x dx is minus cot x plus c. So this is the solution. Let's come to the next problem. Evaluate integral square root of 1 plus sine 2 theta d theta. So to integrate this function, think how do you remove this square root. Here in the square root we have the terms 1 and sine 2 theta. So by using the trigonometry identity, 1 can be written as sine square theta plus cos square theta, and sine 2 theta is in the form of 2 sin theta cos theta. So that becomes integral square root of sin square theta plus cos square theta plus 2 sin theta cos theta d theta. So in the square root, the function is in the form of a square plus b square plus 2ab, which can be written as a plus b whole square. That is integral square root of sin theta plus cos theta whole square d theta. So here square root and whole square get cancelled. Then it will get integral sin theta plus cos theta d theta. So that can be written as integral sin theta d theta plus integral cos theta d theta. That is equal to integral sin theta d theta is minus cos theta and integral cos theta d theta is sin theta. So that is equal to minus cos theta plus sin theta plus c. So this is the solution. Next problem. Evaluate integral 1 plus cos 2x by 1 minus cos 2x dx. Here also by using trigonometric formulae, we have cos 2a is equal to 2 cos square a minus 1, and also cos 2a is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square a. By using these two formulae, we can write 1 plus cos 2x as 2 cos square x and 1 minus cos 2x as 2 sin square x. So 2 get cancelled, we will get integral cot square x dx. But in the standard formula, we have no formula for integral cot square x dx. So we have to convert in the form of cosecant square x. We have the identity as cot square x is equal to cosecant square x minus 1. That is equal to integral cosecant square x dx minus integral 1 dx. So you know that integral cosecant square x dx is minus cot x minus integral 1 dx is x plus c. So this is the solution. Next, 10th problem. Evaluate integral cos square x by 1 minus sin x dx. So in the numerator we have cos square x, in the denominator we have 1 minus sin x. So to simplify this problem, write cos square x in terms of sin square x, because we know that cos square x plus sin square x is equal to 1. From that we will get cos square x is equal to 1 minus sin square x. So that is equal to integral 1 minus sin square x by 1 minus sin x dx. The numerator is in the form of a square minus b square 1 minus sin square x, that can be written as a plus b into a minus b, that is 1 plus sin x into 1 minus sin x divided by 1 minus sin x. These two are to be get cancelled, though the function 1 plus sin x will be remain. So by integrating this function, integral 1 dx plus integral sin x dx is equal to integral 1 dx is x and integral sin x dx is minus cos x plus c, the integral constant. So the solution is x minus cos x plus c. Thus we can solve the problems by using the formulae. Now come to the next problem. Evaluate integral 1 minus sin x by cos square x dx. So in the denominator we have cos square x. By dividing the each term by cos square x, we will get integral 1 by cos square x dx minus integral sin x by cos square x dx. So here 1 by cos square x can be written as secant square x dx minus sin x by cos square x means sin x by cos x into 1 by cos x. That is sin x by cos x is tan x into 1 by cos x is secant x. So that is integral tan x into secant x dx. So integral secant square x dx is tan x minus integral secant x into tan x dx is secant x plus c. So this is the solution. Next problem, number 12. Evaluate integral 1 by 1 plus cos x dx. So this is the problem. By multiplying and dividing the integrand with 1 minus cos x, we will get 1 by 1 plus cos x into 1 minus cos x by 1 minus cos x. Then we will get integral 1 minus cos x by 1 minus cos square x dx. So in the denominator we have 1 minus cos square x, which can be written as sin square x. So by dividing each term by sin square x, we will get integral 1 by sin square x minus cos x by sin square x dx. Here 1 by sin square x dx can be written as cosecant square x dx minus cos x by sin x means cot x into 1 by sin x means cosecant x. So that is integral cosecant x into cot x dx. So integral cosecant square x dx is minus cot x minus integral cosecant x into cot x dx is minus cosecant x. That becomes plus cosecant x plus c. So therefore minus cot x plus cosecant x plus c is the solution for the problem.